Hello, 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 hello. Let's see, microphone okay, background okay, hair okay. Let me whip around my hair. Beautiful hair. Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, good morning, whatever the case may be. How's it going? I go by Mechanical Beanstalk. If you're unfamiliar with me, I try to do more of off-the-radar games, so to speak. I'm a variety streamer who does do off-the-radar games. That includes games that have a very strong community presence or modded presence, or indies or retros that need a little bit more time in the spotlight, what I try to focus on. So we've been doing, off and on, we've been doing some kind of, I feel like calling them oddball is kind of like a little bit of a detriment, but like unusual MMOs, or MMOs that have been having a revival, or games that MMOs that were like canceled and brought back, or just stuff that needs a little bit more like a focus time on it. Actually, wear a beautiful hat for my beautiful hair. But yeah, we've done Star Wars Galaxies, we've done City of Heroes, we've done Dragon Ball Online, we've done Dragon Warrior Online, the Japanese version. We thought it was going to be a full English patch, but it was only like a partial English patch. But we tried that. What else have we been doing? We did, I think we did Ultima Online, a revival for that. We haven't done EverQuest. I think that's still around though. I'm not entirely sure. But anyways, today we're going to be doing a game called DragonRealms. Right now, DragonRealms is a a multi-user dungeon, so it's a MUD, right? That's before the term MMO became a little bit more popular, right? But it's it's like a 90% text-based MMO, right? It used to have like a decent amount of people back in the dial-up days. Like I did play this like years and years ago, but I don't remember a huge amount about it. I do remember that at the time, like dial-up was still like kind of a thing, and it was like you hear that kind of like whenever you log into that dial-up modem, that just screech, that like the soul shearing screech of a dial-up modem is like, oh my god, it's crazy. But yeah, it was text-based MMO. You level up your character through doing various actions. It's like a skill-based MMO, kind of like, can you say like Skyrim? Anyways, it's, you level up your skill by doing it over and over again. Like you one-handed weapons, two-handed weapons, magic, teaching. Yeah, you can teach to help people learn skills. Because there is, I don't know if I'm saying this properly, but there is a proper way to play. The healer class, from what I remember, is I think it's called Esper. No, it's something like that. But it's the healer class is like you take someone's wounds into yourself, and you're not allowed to cause harm to other living creatures, right? So like there's a way to play the game without really doing any sort of like damage. Empath is 0. Thank you very much. Back in the day, I paid for both AOL and DragonRealms or GemStone by the hour. Yes, that's true. Hey, I'm not sure how to say it. 𝕯𝖗𝖌𝖔𝖓𝖗𝖗𝖊𝖆𝖑𝖑𝖑𝖑𝑘 I'm going to say 𝕯𝖗𝑑𝑆. Hey, good evening, 𝕯𝖗𝑑𝑆. Empath is a healer. Yes. And that makes sense. Empath, you're taking their pain into you, right? But it's like you can't deal damage because it actually like it messes you up, or just something weird like that. So like you can play the game as pacifist, which is unusual, right? But I also remember that generally like 90% of the game, you had to play it in character, right? Like all the servers were role-playing servers. I haven't played this in years, so I don't know. There could be like a huge number of changes. It could seem like completely different. I did go onto the website, kind of like browse around a little bit. And it does seem like they have like microtransactions now, which it's kept it alive all this time. So I can't really fault it too much for that. But yeah, we're going to jump on over there and play it in a little bit. So anyways, like and follow and subscribe. And if you haven't already, that would definitely help me out. If you cause damage to living creatures, you would call it an empathic shock. You can fight constructs and undead things with certain spell buffs. Okay, interesting. But yeah, like and follow and subscribe on YouTube and Twitch if you haven't already. I really do appreciate everything you guys do for me. Current goal is to get to 500 subs over on YouTube. We got a little bit of a late start over on YouTube. We just started off over on Twitch. But yeah, trying to catch up a little bit on YouTube. If you can help me get to 500, that'd be great. I do stream Off the Radar games Wednesday, Thursday nights, Saturday, Sunday mornings. I think there might be an issue with tomorrow's stream. I'll have to kind of think about that. I'll have to get back to you guys about the specifics of it. I might not be able to make it to the stream tomorrow night. Some family stuff came up. Anyways, yeah, I think that's it. I think I covered pretty much everything. I can walk and talk at the same time. Let's bounce over here. So we got over here. Okay, I was trying to find something that is trying to find a soundtrack that's not flagged. Let's see here.
You know that big presentation you have to...
Some background music for this. At first I thought no one was going to be interested in doing some text-based games, because we played Zork not too long ago, right? And I thought, like, it's just mostly for the experience of actually just playing like an older game like that. Oops. Let's see here. I think I actually but yeah, a lot of people actually like Zork, and they I thought it might be, I remember this game. I might as well try it. So boop. Let's see here. Okay. Store home. DragonRealms. So, okay, let's go back over here. Okay, so from what I remember about this game, right? It takes place in the fantasy world of Elanthia, right? Now, the older brother of this game is GemStone, right? And from what I remember, GemStone is more like goes more like a standard turn-based. Well, is it turn-based? I know DragonRealms has more like a skill-based gameplay, and I remember they do take place in the same world, right? But I think there's like some sort of like generational like time gap difference between the two, but I don't think it's explicitly stated like how many years one takes place over the other, right? But same races, same events going on. DragonRealms is more like you can take distance into consideration during like combat, whereas I remember with GemStone III rather, GemStone is just like you hit something, it doesn't matter what distance you are in combat, you just automatically hit. And I think like the skill system and like the combat system is like slightly different aside from that. So anyways, let's let's see, wait, I already signed in. What's going on? Hold on one second. Let's see here. Uno momento, por favor. Continue. Okay. So, yeah, let's jump in. Let's make a character. And so, the character that I made years ago, I'm trying to remember the specifics of it. I made a warrior mage years ago, right? And one thing I remember about the biggest memory I have about that character is like there's a glitch in the game where I mistakenly received like a more advanced players like epic level items, like a cloak and I think some like a cake item that like produce more cake consistently, stuff like weird stuff like that, right? And that's one of the things I remember the most about that character is that I got a lot of stuff that a lot of items that I had no right to, but I enjoyed it. Okay. Let's see. Play. Here we go. DragonRealms. I think DragonRealms and then DragonRealms Platinum. I think this has a premium subscription stuff. Play now. Play in browser. Yes. 1986. Oh my lord. Okay, but I think like DragonRealms or no, GemStone, the older brother for this particular game, was, like I said, was like probably like 1986. There's GemStone 1, 2, and 3, right? And then DragonRealms was kind of like the spinoff with the different blah 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 gameplay. Anyways, choose, suggest, choose name. So, what would you like to name your character? If you're having trouble choosing a name, you may choose, suggest to get okay. Choose. Can't even type. Choose, suggest. Here are some name suggestions: 𝕯𝖗𝖆𝖌𝖔𝖓𝖗𝖗𝖆𝖑𝖚 Helper, Maggle. This is not helping. I think I'm gonna do. I'm not really sure. I remember some of the there's elf, dwarf, human stuff like that. I believe there's a kind of, they're not half orcs, but they're kind of like the brawny, I think Gorg is something. Then there's Sethra, I think. There's snake people, and there's cat people, and there's wolf people, and then there's gnomes. I remember something about, like, every time they updated the game and they added more content to it, they actually did like live events on the servers where they kind of go into a backstory of what's happening in the overall general world, and there's like villains, heroes, stuff like that. And yeah, like there's game masters who would like take the role of like certain important NPCs and like speak through them. It was kind of cool from what I remember. I think you did have to like actually like pay for that service. But anyways, for like some of the instance, like the dungeons, right? I believe you did have to pay for that. But anyways, I think I'm gonna do like an elf, but I'm not entirely sure. Let's see. Choose, suggest. Let's see what else it gives us. Choose, suggest. 𝕯𝖗𝖆𝖌𝖔𝖓𝖗𝖚 𝕯𝖗𝖆𝖌𝖔𝖓𝖗𝖚𝖋. This sound like some of the names of like people that come into my chat. Mako Trance, Siglig, and this is like equally as hard to pronounce them as people in my chat. Luca Sa. Wait, what's going on with? Oh, here we go. Cool. I was wondering where the music was. Let's lower this a little bit. Okay, I will do 𝕯𝖗𝖆𝖌𝖔𝖓𝖗𝖚. No, I actually don't want to be too annoying. I know generally I want to be annoying with a lot of these games, and I do make some weird characters, but I think it was very important to a lot of people in this particular community that you do stay in character, you role play. So I don't want to be like, I do want to, I'll stay in character as much as I can, right? Lava. It might, I might not even be picking an elf character. Might end up be something else, but I'm just going with the flow. Let's see, la vu voodoo. It's just is the streamer like choosing a name, or is he having a stroke? La vu la vu. Whoosh. I don't want to be too annoying. Like, I'm trying to curb my annoying tendencies. Lavadoon. Doon. Lavadoon. La Lavoon. Sure, why not? Oh, wait. Let's see here. Choose. La Voon. No, Voon. Let's do it like that. Are you sure you want to use the name La Lavoon? Yes, I would. Yes. Are you sure you want to use the name? Choose one. You have to be really specific, I guess. Choose one. What gender would you like your character to be? I would like to be male. choose one. What is it? There's 11 races in Elanthia. To see more of each race, type info number. I would like to look a little bit more information on that. Human halfling, Scaramur, yeah, I remember that. Snake race, Prydian, cat race, Dwarven, info, Gortog, yeah, Gortog is what I was thinking about. They're like kind of like a half orcish creature. Rakash, I think, are the wolfmen. Do they transform? Elanthia are like the Fae like elves. Calder. Fudge. I don't remember much about Calder. Human. What's a human? It's like exposing myself as like not a human. Hello, fellow humans. Elanthia Lortheus will tell you that there was a time when there were no humans, and some elves will tell you they prefer the time when there were no humans. But that is all under water on the bridge right now. Humans dominate the dragon's realm, and despite their relatively short lifespans compared to other races, they breed quickly and catch on fast. Okay. Humans run the middle road in abilities, being naturally neither inclined nor disinclined towards anything, which can itself be a tremendous asset. Many of the races owed the founding of Elanthia's great interspecies empire to intrepid humans, without whom the times of peace and mutual cooperation simply would not have existed. Oh yeah, right. I think it doesn't really elaborate on where you are right now, but I remember you were actually, when you're generating a character, you start off in, I think it's like kind of like a purgatory. Thank you very much for the follow. Kabla, thank you very much for the follow. I appreciate that. But we focus. I get like jingly key syndrome. Sometimes I get distracted. But so like when you start off before you make a character, you're like inside like a limbo or like between worlds. So like you're going to like generate a character like a creature and go into the world. That's what I remember for this. So like you look at where you are in, I'm not really sure what's going on with the room that you're in right now, but you see a lot of different figures and they have a lot of different choices of the races. But so one of the human figure speaks. I am a human, the middle of the races. Middle road of the races. We have the potential for skills in all things, though others may best us in one or another. We are less strong in one than some and not as fast as others, yet our kind prospers. For a while we may lack the advantages of some others, we also lack their disadvantages. Regard the form of the human figurine. It is a moderate height, shorter than a Gortog and a Kaldor, but taller than halflings, dwarves, and gnomes. Almost at the center of all possible variations, you see before you are this human form. Okay, interesting. Halfling. Notorious for the sweet tooth, furry feet, classic halfling, and odd behavior. Halflings are perhaps the most inquisitive and clever of all the sentient races, matched only by the Prydian. There's a tendency to get distracted by what would seem, it's like cat race, what would seem to others be trivial or inconsequential things. What they lack in strength and discipline, they make up in physical agility. Halflings are uncannily good at getting out of sticky situations that their own curiosity frequently gets them into. It is a common perception in the realms that halflings... halflings are universally good-natured. Common perception in the halflings are generally good-natured, even childlike. In a manner. Halflings have an affected dialect in common that also involves the use of simple terms and empathic gesturing, which can, on the surface, imply a simpler outlook in life, maybe even a naive one. Historically, however, there have been halflings who have tackled gravely serious endeavors that ultimately ensured the survival of the realms. It is perhaps because of this simpler outlook that they were able to endure the strain that surely accomplished such undertakings. The halfling figure speaks in a bubbly, high-toned voice that is overrun with jovial behavior. Clever halfling, and I? No, I won't be doing that. Strength I have not, and height I have not, and really, I'm not all that skilled in magic, but clever. Clever is this one. They're curious and ingenious, and the solver of riddles. Always we have the humor on. Always have we the humor on the humor. For life is too short to be spent on brooding. 𝕯𝖆𝖌𝖔𝖓𝖗𝖏 gave us the lands to us, so all places are ours. Our curiosity untangles the knots that bind and finds that which is not yet lost. What we lack in power and height, we make up with skill and accuracy and dexterity. You regard the form of the halfling figurine. Though short, half the size of a human, and smaller than a dwarf, the halfling radiates a confidence, merriment, and awareness of the world that makes up for his size. Bright eyelids twinkle with suppressed laughter. Okay. Interesting. So Scaramore, we're going down, I guess not to the right. The reigning theory of the origins of the Scaramore is that Havroth, in all of his forms, created them and imbued them with sentience. A hypothesis no more and no less valid than Elothian creation myths. Whatever their origins, no one denies that they are formidable in physical combat, combining the swiftness of a striking cobra and the strength of a bear hug from an enraged boa constrictor. While their scaly exterior may throw off those with warmer blood, Scaramore hardly care about those races. What other races may think of them? In Scaramore's society, honor is measured by the length of one's tail, okay? And the opinions of those without aren't simply worth considering. Oh, what if I was like a Scaramore without a tail? Or like got a bit of his tail chopped off. That's our backstory, right? Okay. The Scaramore figurine opens hooded eyes and gazes towards you. A similar voice issues forth. I am Scaramore. There he goes. The SS. Oh, wait, no. I think I do remember this. Like when you talk as a Scaramore, it actually adds S's to your talk. I remember that part of it. Serpent folk. Well, we have 2 arms, 2 legs, and a torso, and a head like any other race. Our smile is the serpent's smile. Our scales are the serpent's scales. Our eyes are the serpent's eyes. We strike like the snake with agility and grace, and calculate our moves with cold method that resides in our very blood. We are dangerous to encounter, and even more dangerous to cross. You regard the form of the Scaramore figurine. Scaramore stands tall and lithe, cold skin glistening with faint tracery of scales. Slitted pupils slash its eyes down the middle, and a short tail curls restlessly behind it. A chill presence lurks within its gaze. At once vaguely repulsive and strangely hypnotic. Ooh, okay, interesting. Strength. Oh, okay. Okay. Strength 12, reflex 12, agility 10. Okay. Interesting. Indicates a stat is more expensive. Oh, okay. Plus indicates the stat is more expensive. The harder to raise. Minus indicates the stat is less expensive, easier to raise. Okay. Pridean. I think this is the cat race, right? Pridean society is described in their own words as being wheel-shaped, with the clan's leader as a hub of its members and the wheel's spokes. His members the wheel spokes. Unlike the pack-living Ratcash, typical Pridean are never happier than when they are alone. However, their social structure was shattered along with their ancestral homes. Kind of trying to remember. I do vaguely remember attending an event when I played this game years and years and years ago. I was a kid, so like I tried to like role play it like while an important NPC was talking. Like I remember like really upsetting a lot of people because I was just like really loud about it. You know, loud. It's like I wasn't typing in all caps, but it's like the guy was trying to. I was like, I am you must challenge me, evildoer, something like that. I don't know. Because of their do-what-you-will nature, however, Pridean have very little discipline and are easily distracted by their latest observation or whim. Because they rarely ever listen to the opinions of others, they often make poor decisions and are prone to reacting rather than responding. While solitary, they do not lack charm and grace. Though the Pridean are ever mindful that they are supremely gorgeous, they don't need to flaunt what they know they've got. If others aren't aware of it, well, it's their loss. With a yawn, the figure stretches and rolls its head fluidly to the left to regard you. It purrs out, Pridean am I, the proudest and most graceful of all. Unwavering and fearless, I fight for what is mine, which of course is everything. My reflexes are by far the best of all the races, and I am certainly the most beautiful. Not brutishly strong, but then again, what strength if you can't hit anything? Magic is within my grasp, though I excel at the fighting arts. I hunt and stalk in the darkness. My footfalls are soft and sure. When alone, I am in the happiest. The Prydian is about the same height as human, with short, smooth fur covering its body that you first mistake for skin. Bright, inquisitive, slitted eyes peer out at you. And the Prydians, we're like a hairless cat. Prydian's pointed and tufted ears are always twitching, as is its long tail. The glint of claws draws your eyes to your hands, but not for long. Raising your head to meet the Prydian's eyes, you find it hard to hold and eventually look away. Prydian's fixed smile, silently laughing at you. Get on and put your figure down. What are you talking about? Making fun of me? Trying to sell yourself. I might not even be a Prydian now. Okay, so dwarf. Excuse me. If hard-headedness had a physical manifestation, it would be the dwarf. Their lack of physical dexterity is a mirror of their stubborn nature and iron will. Dwarves are remarkably pessimistic compared to other height-challenged races, gnomes and halflings. What they lack in the sunny's disposition, however, they make up for in stamina and discipline. While not over-concerned with appearance, the growth and grooming of one's beard is of such import that it has become a symbol of dignity and pride for the owner, but again, be regarded as a symbol of status among the more organized dwarven societies. Because the beards of females do not grow as thick and long as males, they adopt the art of intertwining thin threads of precious metals and beaded gems into their beard. This practice is most common among females seeking a mate. Ah, great. Now I know. Dwarves are adept at fighting, and despite their cynicism, carousing. How do you say that? Their love for strong spirits is as powerful and profound as the offensive odors that dwarves are known to generate. It is the unwise person who gives between a dwarf and his ale. Dwarves have a lifespan that rival that of elven species, a fact that may be accredited. 𝕯𝖗𝖆𝖌𝖔𝖓𝖗𝖗 Zebar, is that the sun? I don't know. Probably one of the moons. I don't know. What was I saying? In fact, it was the dwarf figurine speaks. From the bones of the earth did the gods create us, the dwarves, children of the mountains, and the hardiest of all the sentient creations. What we lack in the agility and heights, we make for in strength and stamina. We are steadfast, enduring, and fatigue rarely troubles us. The earth cradles us, is where we prefer to make our home. When we set ourselves on a path, no one can sway us other than ourselves. You regard the form of the dwarf figure. I have a link to the game. Also, it's play.net. It's not really hard to find, but I do have links to access this game in the video description down below if you guys want to actually check it out as well. And yeah, if you like it, be sure to support the creators because they've been keeping this game alive for like a long time. Jeez. You regard the form of the dwarf figurine. It's short and wide with a long beard descending from its face and many curls and braids. The eyes regard you unflinchingly, without fear or regret. Strength and power reside in that form. Okay, so 𝕯𝖗𝖆𝖌𝖔𝖓𝖗𝖗. Let me have a little bit of coffee. Historically, 𝕯𝖗𝖆𝖌𝖔𝖓𝖗𝖗 were enslaved and used by the Scaramore as heavy laborers. I sort of remember that. Fortunately for the Scaramore, most of the 𝕯𝖗𝖆𝖌𝖔𝖓𝖗𝖗 of current times hold little enmity towards their former captors, due in part to the thoroughly toggish philosophy of if it ain't broke, don't break it. Okay? They have a reputation for being the biggest, strongest, and most physically powerful of all the common races. Coupled with the perception that 𝕯𝖗𝖆𝖌𝖔𝖓𝖗𝖗 tend to fall by the wayside in terms of in the brains department. While it's true that you rarely see a 𝕯𝖗𝖆𝖌𝖔 moon mage in the realms, this fact still didn't keep great 𝕯𝖗𝖆𝖔s such as 𝕯𝖗𝖆 from helping outwit the wily elves in the resistance wars. Okay, and the rumor still persists of 𝕯𝖗𝖆𝖌𝖔 paladins claiming that to be 𝕯𝖗𝖆𝖌𝖔𝖓𝖗𝖆 during the beginning of the dragon priest insurrection. I don't know what that is. Slowly, 𝕯𝖗𝖆𝖌𝖔𝖓 figurine begins to speak in deep and rumbling voice. Its words carefully chosen. I am Gortog. Gortog is strength. Gortog is endurance. Gortog need not magic or cleverness. Gortog has... Let's see here. Gortog has much trust in self. Elvins are faster, but Gortog does not need fast. Gortog has might. Dwarves are strong, but Gortog is stronger. Halfling is clever, but Gortog smash. You regard the figurine of the Gortog figure. Tall and well muscled, the dark green skin covers a mask of hairless frame. Dark eyes look out, lacking a sparkle perhaps, but forthright and true in many ways. Like an enduring oak tree or massive boulder, the Gortog radiate a sense of permanence. Yeah, I'm being weird. Gnome. I kind of feel like being a gnome. I don't know. A famous gnome saying, if you want to undo a knot by hacking it to death, get a Gortog. If you want to get it unraveled, get a gnome. The simple truth is the cornerstone in understanding gnomes. Though smaller in stature and more physically weaker than even the halflings, gnomes are wily. Gnomes are wily, quick on their feet, and excellent at solving problems. Let's see here. Wait. What? Side tangent. Hold on one second. YouTube. Gnomes. Let's see if I can do this really quick. Because this is going to stick in my head if I actually don't see it. Dungeon. Soup. Gnome. You shorts? No. I don't want to keep on waiting. That's fine. Anyways. Dungeon Soup. Check out Dungeon Soup if you haven't already. You're small. Okay, figure speaks on like clear, light voice. I'm a gnome, perhaps one of the smallest of all that the gods have ever created, but definitely the lightest, the fastest, lightest, and most nimble. Invention is my genius, but it's not my own skill. Let others bash their heads against the world, trying to make it do what they want. We know the truth. Gnomes manipulate rather than force, persuade instead of pummel. If you want to do a knot by hacking to death, get a Tog. If you want to unravel, get a gnome. You regard the small gnome figurine. Tiny in comparison to a human or Kaldar, is a shade shorter than the halfling, with an exuberance similar to that race, except in the place of overbearing bubbliness is a razor-keen wit. The gnome's ears are slightly pointed, and his fingers are constantly twitching, as if it were eager to be doing something. A strength 4! Oh my god, okay. Well, I don't know how much strength in even individual stats are going to come into play. Strength 4, reflex 14, intelligence, okay, stamina 6. Okay, yeah, they small. Rakash. Okay, let's see here. A famous. Wait. Where's Rakash? Oh, it doesn't have wait, what? It doesn't have a description for Gatash? Choose figurine. Would you like to choose your figurine? Choose no. Choose. I'm not ready yet. I'm not ready to be born. Choose 2. Current human features. Current moon skin. Wait, no, I want to be... Let's see, look at figures. Future, I don't want that. Regenerate features. Choose 1. Continue. Wait, why did it make me choose human? Choose gnome. I'm sorry, but gnome is not a valid option. Current human features are cropped white hair, ebon skin. How do I do choose 2? No. I don't want to. Hold up. Is it just making me choose? I mean, I could just go. Let's see here. Choose gnome. Oh, did I actually choose Rakash? Because it has moon skin and choose city. Option you wants. Look. Which city would you like your character to start? I guess I'm doing right. I guess I'm a werewolf. I don't know. I didn't even mean to do that. Okay, well, that's okay. We can play. What are we missing? I want to start over. That's fine. Oh, well, I'll let you guys know exactly what some of these other things are. Kaldor, man, I think Kaldor are like a barbarian race from what I remember. Can I check on that? No. Let's see. Kaldor are barbarian race. Elven are just typical fantasy elves. Elanthia, I think, are more Fae-like elves, right? So I guess we must have clicked on Rakash. So I guess we're a werewolf. That's fine. In which city would you like your character to start? The Crossing. Okay. Congratulations. You're now ready to enter the world of Elanthia. Name 𝕯𝖏𝖏𝖏𝖏. Gender male, race Rakash. You have a wolfish face, beady silver eyes, and a narrow muzzle. A black and silver coat with ruddy masking. A slender tail and a poorly build. Start over. Start over. Let's try male. Fine. Choose male. Okay, let's do this again. Okay, Rakash info. Okay. Okay, so now it's doing it. Okay. Quick to react and living for the pack. The Rakash consider themselves at one with their pack and often speak in the plural. While human in appearance most of the time, they can shapeshift into a wolf-human hybrid when the black moon Katamba is in full. Cool. Having lived in the hinterland, west of the 5 realms for uncounted generations, the Rakash suffered terribly at the hands of a necromancer, Lyris, and were driven out of their homeland by an undead menace. I sort of remember, like them talking about that during the live events years and years ago. While suspicion of their new environment, if there's one thing that Rakash are good at, it's survival. Adaptation may be challenging, but their shape-shifting tendencies have taught them that change is inevitable, and the Rakash love a good challenge. A deep, growling voice emanates from the figure. 𝕯𝖏𝖏𝖏𝖏𝖏, the hunter who is happiest when she is with her pack. We live for the family, fight for the family, die for the family. Oh! No king can break us up. No god can destroy us. In ones and twos, we may sometimes travel, but our happiness is complete when we are where we are. Okay. The other races may try to understand us, but they cannot. For their minds, they are examining us in their singular. We discovered the truth long ago when we learned we were the strongest when we are united. Strength have I, endurance and speed, whether I hunt or with steel or spell. All that matters is that I do what I must for the pack. The Rakash is of moderate height and seems to shift between a humanoid with a furry coat and a short snout, and a human with deep, soulful eyes. Both forms gaze at you with a combination of strength and loyalty, and there is a down-to-earth sensibility about this race present in only a few of the others. In its half-human form, a short tail sweeps down behind the Rakash, stopping just short of the ground that it stands on. Its ears are tall and curved. Oh! Okay, oh! Okay, Elven. All right. Elves are aloof and mysterious. Much like their natural forces, they consider themselves to be the living extension of quick-witted, light on their toes. There are very few elves who do not have a trace of mischief, whether benign or otherwise. Many older elves generally dislike humans for their past tendencies to upset the schemes of the elven peoples. Okay. Indeed, the human race's shorter lifespan no doubt adds friction to the relationship between the races. Where elves can lay down plans that span decades, humans rarely have the patience for such gradual progress. Their frustration is both amusing and annoying to the elves. The elf figure speaks in a low voice, light in tone, yet deep with age and wisdom. Elven and I, not as bulky as the dwarves, nor as strong as the humans, but faster and both and smarter. Beautiful, look at my long flowing hair. Speed and agility are ours, both in the mind and of the body. We are the children of the living world. All the sides of nature define us. For the hard beauty of the snowy wastes, in the mountains of the lush silence of the deepest, darkest forests, when all the races have dwindled and died, the lights of the elven kind will remain. You regard the form of the elven figurine. It's a shade taller than human. It's willowy and graceful, aesthetically pleasing. Okay. Eyes sparkle with a lighthearted joy, and a civilized air surrounds the elf. A vital aura of age and refinement. Okay. Elanthia. We're almost done. Okay, Elanthia. I don't this is like one of the races I think, okay, I sort of remember Elanthia. I don't really remember Kaldar. The Dragon Priest insisted that the Elothians are really just a race of half-elven peoples, a theory that Elothians themselves vehemently deny. Our religion tells the truth, says one Elothian historian. From the very thought of the gods, we're a race born. Okay, we remain their favorite children. Knowledge is prized by Elothians. Stupidity and ignorance are intolerable. Elothians prefer to go the route of peace rather than force, justifying this by pointing to the wars past that almost cost them their entire species. Logic and honor are prized in their highly structured and hierarchical society's heart lies in the capital of Elanthia, the city of Shard, where the Ferdal and the 10 houses, to one of which nearly all Elothians reside. Okay. The Elothian figurine begins to speak words soft and serene. I am Elothian. Well, let me have some water. I'm Elothian. Some call us half human or half elven. But our religions tell us the truth. For the thought of the very gods was our race born, and though others would want it otherwise, we remain their favorite children. Our will is powerful. Our skills are in magic and knowledge are most exalted of all the races. We're agile when needed, but we prefer to use our minds instead of force. Our paths are the ways of magic, scholarship, and lore. Calm and studied we are, neither hasting or wasting. Okay? We pursue our goals logically and skillfully. You regard the form of the Elothian figurine. The Elothian stands tall and thin with large eyes that drink in every detail, examining you, weighing you, appraising you, and knowing more about you perhaps than you know yourself. There's a sense of control over this one, a sense of well managed power. Okay, last one, Kaldar. Physically identical to the 𝕯𝖃. Sounds familiar. I sort of, kind of, maybe not remember. The Kaldar are much of a political party as a race, desiring a purer and more natural way of life, where individual heroism and honor could be valued, as opposed to the regimented army camp existence of the 𝕯𝖃 Empire. They followed the gnomic prophet Trimbolt in a mass migration to the dragon's realms. Okay. Interesting. Terrible to behold in a melee, the Kaldar laugh at the storm and sneer at those who would shiver behind civilized walls during the winter. Within the Kaldar society, the path of magic is frowned upon, since to their minds it is better to go the path of the gods intended for their naturally tall, strong peoples. Kaldar take offense to the proposal that they are little more than glorified humans. Kaldar consider humans to be over-civilized and under-exercised. In a word, soft. Weak. The Kaldar society coexists peacefully with the gnomes. I think I'm going to be a gnome. While the stronger, taller species acting as much needed defenders and protectors. Kaldar like the cold and enjoy the taking icy cold baths in the middle of winter. Okay. The figure chuckles at you as you gaze at it. I'm a Kaldar! Honor! No. So those some consider me a little more than a glorified human. Obviously, the originator of such thought was probably him or herself human, who was just jealous of my strength and stamina. Humans may be diverse, but in combat they cannot hope to best a Kaldar. We are terrible to behold in battle, having been weaned on it since childhood. Cities cannot hold us. We laugh at the storm and sneer at those who would shiver behind walls during the winter. If you want to be raised soft or waggle your finger at every shadow that makes you whimper, be born a human or an elf. If you want strength or determination, choose me. Okay, so I think I'm going to be gnome. So click on that. Would you like to choose your features? Yes. Choose one. Choose your hair length. Okay. Bald, thinning, long, very long. Can I do shoulder length? Can I do like very long? He has a, like a crazy style. Let's see. Choose 7. Very long hair. Please choose your hair color. Ginger, golden, red, auburn, brunette, black, strawberry hair, of course. Strawberry hair. Please choose your hairstyle. Fine, thick, wavy, curly, straight, of course. Yes. Please choose your eye color. Blue, black, gray, gold. Okay. Violet. That's kind of cool. Violets. Please choose your eye shape. Almond shaped. Close. Yeah, you can just put it right here. Thank you. Should be beady eyes, wide set, absent, wide set. Please choose your nose shape. Small, crooked, straight. Oh, crooked. Let's do crooked. Please choose your face shape. Oval, round, triangular, round shape, round head. Please choose your skin color. Pale, rosy, smooth. Smooth is not a color, by the way. Translucent. What the fuck? Blue veined, wrinkled. Do smooth. Smooth color. Please choose your weights. Portly, slender, thin, lean, athletic. Athletic? Yeah, athletic, sure. Okay. Please choose your height character. Short, average height. Tall, average height. You've now finished choosing your features. You have the option of start the feature wizard over, or exit the feature wizard and continue creating your character. So we look like we have a round face, wide set violet eyes, and a crooked nose. Your strawberry hair is very long and straight. You have smooth skin and athletic build. Finish. Start over. God. Yes. Crossing. 𝕯𝖊𝖌𝖔𝖓𝖗𝖃. Okay, sure. That's fine. Start over. Oh my god. Can you imagine starting over? Look at this. How that's you? Hello, avast y'all. No, wait. That's not really in character. Whoa! Stuff is happening. The crossing. Town Green Southeast. The tranquil corner of the green has a small bower of entwined modem vines laden with tempting grape-like clusters. A limestone bench with some sawed-off sections of trees that serve as rustic stools make up an open-air performance space. While bards, musicians, and poets demonstrate their talents, you see a slender Valathor plant with leaves that shimmer and undulate like thick emerald, a young alchemist student, a waistband, a grass path leading behind the amphitheater gate, a gilded walkway, and a strong and stately mature oak. So I think we have to go to one of the guilds in order to choose a class, from what I remember. We got here. Look at all this stuff. You are standing up. Thank you for logging the DragonRealms. You're welcome. For logging to 1 consecutive days, you've been earned 2 hours of no task cooldown boost. I don't know what that is. You may use boost to access your login rewards. Okay, sure. Useful verbs. A passerby pauses and looks at you thoughtfully. He says, "Well now, you look a little new to these parts." "Indeed, sir, I am. If you need some help getting to your bearings, be sure to visit the mentors." Okay. Their headquarters is at Jadewater Mansion in Crossing. Okay, we'll stay inside Crossing for now. I sort of remember River Haven. God, it's been so long. Like, it's, you know, when you like, it's like those kind of memories that kind of like just drift back up, and you kind of sort of, the more you start to think about it, the more you remember this or that. Like, this is happening with like DragonRealms. I sort of kind of remember playing it, but it's kind of a blur, actually. Okay, so we have to find the mentors. By the way, be sure to study that charm you have. It is a great boon to the new folks such as yourself. Okay, you can use directions to mentors for directions on how to get there. Okay, cool. Hello, 𝕯𝖊𝖆𝖑𝖒𝖘. Welcome to DragonRealms. We enabled the chatter verb for you. This is an out-of-character communication tool that allows you to communicate with other players in-game to help you get started. You can actually type chatter by itself for more usage. Scion of 𝕯𝖊𝖆𝖑𝖒𝖘. Okay. I think that was a player. So you just came, walked off. Okay. Study charm. Okay. One of the symbols of the 13 immortals. These charms are found by the worthy to propel them forward through times of uncertainty. The power within these charms defy conventional magic theory. Okay. Being a small experience, I think I might do just like a gnome, like wizard, or like heavy spellcaster. I don't remember what are all of the classes in this game. I remember there's warrior mage, there's empath, probably like some sort. I think there's a barbarian class also, gnome barbarian. Yeah. The power within these charms defy conventional magic theory, being a small expression of the divine, but is nonetheless fickle. The gods expect their adherents to learn their lessons quickly and not to rely on divine providence forever. Okay, there are 5 powers commonly associated with these charms, 4 active and 1 passive. The active powers are toggled by which direction the gem setting is turned, while the passive one merely requires wearing the charm. Okay, these powers range from teleporting to healing, coming back from the dead. Wear a charm. Wait, am I already wearing it? You're already wearing that. Okay, cool. Teleport to town green. Stops at 25 ranks. Okay, so while you're a newbie, you get a little bit of more like charm powers. Interesting. Anyways, okay. Study the charm. Direction to the mentors. DIR. Mentors. Directions towards Jadewater Mansion, north. So do I just type north? So north. The Crossing, Town Green northeast. The cool, welcome expression of the Town Green is a pleasant place to gather and exchange news, gossip, and adventuring pointers with all the folk and races of Elanthia who are drawn to town. A soft, spongy carpet. Oh, it's kind of spamming this stuff. A soft, spongy carpet of manicured grass underfoot affords a comfortable cushion for sitting or sprawling out to enjoy a rare moment of rest in the warm sun. An ancient oak tree provides shelter for those so inclined. You see some carved wooden benches and a stone water trough, a small cobblestone walkway, and a trodden dirt path. Go dirt path. The Crossing, the Mongers. Some ramshackle stalls and tattered tents comprise the informal flea market known as the Mongers Bazaar. The springy grass of the green has been trampled into foot-sucking muck by folks seeking bargains, black market goods, or unusual trinkets. Exotic items of rare power and value are sometimes sold here by the vendors who flock to the crossing from all corners of Elanthia. You see a trodden dirt path, Rarten's Collegium of inner juggling and reflexes, and the firework peddler Mags. Okay. North. Okay, so north. The Crossing. Shepoman Lane. Chio Man Lane. Ragtag merchants and vendors lug heavily laden sacks and bundles south, while others leave, headed north, with empty pushcarts and baskets. The town's less well-off citizenry stroll by, looking for good deals in the impromptu flea markets of Monger's Bazaar. Others proudly show off their new purchases and hardware bargains. Just have to keep going north. Okay, it's the same thing. Large clay urns and willow baskets spill onto the footpath here, filled with reddish displays of bright flowers in full bloom, sprigs of emerald green foliage and ornamental reeds, bows, and branches. A young girl leans nonchalantly against the entrance to the florist's shop, watching over the wares. Smiling shyly, she beckons enticingly to potential customers. So you have to keep going north. So we're looking for Jadewater Mansion. The crossing. Elanthia Boulevard. Coffee. It's not bad. I have butter pecan coffee today. Been kind of like tired recently. I don't know. I don't think I'm probably like sleep rolling around in my sleep or something. I don't know. I don't feel like I'm getting enough sleep from my sleep, if that makes sense. In the crossing, Elanthia Boulevard. Intimidatingly large passerby crowd around you, and you gulp as you notice most of the men and women here are of all races, tower above their average counterparts. They also tend to dress differently, fully equipped, even in the midst of the city, in leathers, hide, and armor, weapons drawn or at the ready over shoulders or at their sides. Carefully you make your way through the throng, since something tells me that this would not be a good idea to step on anyone's toes. You also see the city meeting hall. Jadewater Mansion. So, east. The crossing, champions. Statues of famous barbarians and arena champions form an arcade leading to the arch steel-clad door of the Barbarians Guild. Okay. I think I want to be like a spellcaster. But it would be fun to try a barbarian gnome. Let's see here. The building itself is high and massive, and the roof rises into a dome. The Barbarian Guild, covering the Champions Arena. Though narrow, slit windows, you can hear the clang of weapons and shield. The voice of the trainers barking out instructions to the would-be fighters, gladiators, knights, and mercenaries within. You also see a sturdy stone structure. Okay, so we're going north. The crossing, Megan Road. The whitewashed building before you is stark and functional. A sign mounted on it is hand-painted and carved with a cunning skull. White-robed figures and all manner of injured and infirm people stream in and out of the double door, leaving thin trails of blood on the spotless pavement. You also see a wide arch in the stone urn. I think this is where the empath guild is. But read sign. Okay. A carving sign reads Crossing Empath's Guild. Yeah. So we got to go west. Flamethorn Way. Trellises woven of strips of wicker and cane cover the front of the herbalist shop here. Vines cling gratefully to the walls, their tendrils seeking ever tighter grips around the crosspieces of the trellises. Ivy, morning glory, honeysuckle, and jasmine, and leafy greens creepers all compete in their upward race for light and moisture, making the facade of the shop look more like an ancient ruin than a thriving and bustling trade it is. You also see the town guard going north. Okay. Tampering flame-thorn trees line the road, and their scarlet leaves swing vividly against the sky in the slight breeze. A red-crested woodpecker, okay, invisible amongst the branches until it reveals itself with a sharp rat-a-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat. In short search of food, harshly chides you for interrupting its meal and flies away. Over the rooftops of the Healing Hospital and Empath's Guild to the east, to the south, the tree-lined path continues. So So west. Guild Leaf Circle. Pungent, noxious fumes waft out of the open door of the alchemist's shop on the west side of the street here. Vapors of sulfur, formaldehyde, alcohol, and methane are just a few of the odors you can identify. Among the myriad more you'd rather not guess at, serious, stooped figures with long gray locks or beards go and come through the door, oblivious to choking my asthma. So you go north, alchemist shop. Is that a class? North. Okay, the crossing 𝕯𝖊𝖆𝖌𝖔𝖓𝖗𝖊𝖆𝖑𝖑 Road. Looking north, scanning from east to west, you can see the profiles of the Paladins and Clerks Guild. Okay, Paladins and Clerks Guild. I think, yeah, I want to do more spellcaster. To the south, you can barely discern the top story of the Academy Arsmith with its white marble friezes in high relief. A low row of prickly privet hedges. They're why can I not talk? Intertwining branches, creating a formidable fence line on both sides of the way. You also see a metal ivy lattice or gate. Crypto, hey, what's going on? It's fun seeing someone actually soak in the ambience. A lot of us who've been playing for a while tend to run through this place most of the time. Yeah, I mean, I sort of remember this from years ago, but like, it's weird. It's weird because it's been so long, right? So memory's kind of like faded, but it's also like there's certain parts of the description kind of like sticks in your head, so you kind of sort of like everything has a familiar kind of like aura. Does that make sense? I don't know. Go lattice work gates. Jadewater Mansion. Cobbled path. Brown cobbles set in herring rows lead from the gate to the door of an elegant mansion resting against the town wall. Borders of waxy green boxwood interspersed with pale yellow roses hem at either side of the path. Close cropped grass stretches away from the borders towards the stone fencing that separates the building from the rest of the crossing. You also see a black iron stand under a sign that reads Mentor News with a Mentor newsletter on it. Okay. A metal ivy latticework gate with a brass plaque on it. A silken silken hammock woven of supple braided twine and trimmed with an intricate knotwork. A doorbell, a rosewood sign you should read, and a large notice tackled onto the gate that looks quite important. Read rosewood. Okay. You should read. Okay. Pull the doorbell if you need assistance from a mentor. Mentors of Elanthia. Anlis Pufsan Rea. All areas within the gates of Jadewater Mansion are private property of the 𝕯𝖆𝖆𝖆𝖆 Society. Anyone who is not an official member, a mentor, may not mentor anyone else on the property. Please do not disrupt the mentors at work. Loiterers may be asked to leave at the discretion of the mentor. Pull the doorbell if you need assistance from a mentor. Interesting. I stopped playing for Crypto Dynamic. Yeah, a lot can stick with you. I stopped playing for years, but when I come back, I still had some muscle memory to it. Yeah, muscle memory. That's what I was looking for. For typing the commands to move through the crossing. Yeah. Pull doorbell. Hello, anyone here? You ring the doorbell. The doorman pops his head out and glances at you. He grumbles. Bother. I was expecting to... Wait, what's happening? Well, stay right there, and one of the mentors should be with you shortly. Round time 11 seconds. Okay. The doorman pops his head out and glances at you. Bother. None of the mentors seem to be available at this time. Maybe if you try... I think they might be actually players. I think. Perhaps you try to be in a bit later. Okay. So let's see. Mentor lose. Rosewood sign. Large notice. Tackle to the gate. That looks quite important. Read notice. There's a notice over on that gate. So we'll walk over. We'll read the notice. On the grounds of Jadewater Mansion, out of character interactions are permitted. Okay. Got it. So yeah, like I said before, in-character actions are like, or I should say, out-of-character actions. If you're just talking about like a sports game or whatnot, or like your day at work, that's not permitted in this particular game for the most part, right? They're very strongly enforced. From what I remember, I don't know if things have actually changed over the years, but you're really supposed to act as if you are your character in this game. Yeah, those are actual players. Okay, good. So if that's the case, see black iron stand, or some renter use, read newsletter. There's nothing here to read. Mentor newsletter. Should probably find. Okay, so I the muscle memory I have is the warrior mage guild is east. I don't really remember though. I'd be like, okay, we passed by the Impasse Guild, the Paladins and Clerks Guild, and I think that's it. But let's see here. Look, let's take a look around again. Proposals, you use your red brick stand, same thing. Brass plaque, silken hammock. Can I lay down in the hammock? Lie in hammock. You lie down in the hammock. Sleep. Just take a nap. You relax and allow your mind to enter a state of rest. See Sleep Help for more information about this command and your sleep status. Rock. Back and forth. Sway. Back and forth. Please rephrase that command. Rock. Okay, please rephrase that command. Wake up. You rub your eyes. Stand. You stand back up. That was a nice nap. Anyways, stretch. You stretch your arms. Feels great. Okay. Well, I don't think anyone's coming. So let's go to... yeah, Warrior Mage Guild is to the northeast gate. I think a little east. I can just wander around. It's not that big a deal. I mean, we're just kind of experiencing the early game. So, go... Gates. Okay, we're back here. Looking north. So it's... Let's go. I think... I remember... The worm, I think it's like the plain mages are like moon mages, aren't they? Or something like that. And I remember them being, the mage guild being a little bit more out of the way. Okay. After sleeping, you'll want to use the awake command. Thanks. Appreciate it. Let's just go east. Island Back Road. Okay. We're just wandering around town. The lowing of cattle within the bike speaks of homeless the inhabitants. East, Herald Street. Okay. Few modest residences hug the curb. You swerve to avoid a group of children hard at play. They're wielding whittled sticks in a trash can covers as they engage each other in mock battles and jousts. Nice. Trink just arrived. Trink goes south. Okay. There's people around here. Go south. Fear Vista. The roads here follow the inner perimeters of the town wall, meeting at the right angle. Sparse, colorful wildflowers have taken root in the crevices where the walls abut here. Several blocks north rises the building that houses the Paladins Guild. Blocks north. Light glints off its crystal pane skylight and circular stained glass windows, surrounding the edifice with an aura of power and purity. You also see the Enchanting Society Hall. Let's just keep going. Oh, east. Town. Tops of town walls. Oh, wait. Oh, okay, the Warrior Mages Guild. Okay, so I don't really want to be a warrior mage. God, it's such a weird like muscle memory. let's go towards... Keep on going east. We'll go towards the Warrior Mage Guild, and then I think... I don't know. Let's see. Dragon Realms. Oh, it's Dragon Realms. Realms. Wiki. Classes. Let's see here. That's not really helpful. I'm just kind of looking at what classes that there are. Classes, features, joining a guild, skills, attribute, defenses, using magic, joining a guild. Okay, here we go. Oh wow! Oh no, I remember some of this stuff. I remember. Traders, you can do traders are another like non. Well, you can be a pacifist. Do another pacifist route. Like traders are just like you go between different cities, and you can just trade and sell your stuff, increasing your skills and stuff. But it's not really combat focused, right? Specifically awake, not just wake up command you entered. When you enter the sleep state, it stops you from earning any new experience. Oh, well, you can say wait, sleep. Okay. Yes, thank you very much. Awake. Let's do that. Awake. You awaken from your reverie and be able to take in the world around you, and now begin to earn experience again. Thank you very much. Thank you, Crypto. I appreciate that. Okay. Yes. So there's Barbarian, Bard, strange mission. Okay. The Guild of Fighters. They excel at weapon learning and utilize the poorly understood power of inner fire to accomplish amazing feats, but give up the ability to use magic to do so. Bard, a strange mix of warrior, musician, and historian. Bards wield magic in their songs, but still maintain a strong skill in mundane martial attacks. With their focus and scholarly pursuits, bards make excellent craftsmen. Clerk. Excuse me. Well, crusading to destroy the foul undead, returning to spirits of fallen. Clerks represent all the gods of Elanthia, good or evil. For their devotion, the gods reward them with amazing magics. Empath. The Empath Guild is one of healing. Though their powerful supernatural connections through their powerful supernatural connection to others, they're able to draw injuries to themselves and then heal it with their magic. So you draw out injuries, damage, put it on yourself, and then you can heal yourself. Let's see. The side effects is that any harm done to living or once living creatures cause feedback that can cripple their abilities. While some empaths like to describe this as a moral issue, the numerous lifeless constructs have fallen to more warlike empaths. Seems to discount this. Okay. Moon Mage. I think that was what I was thinking about doing. They're masters of predicting the future from the stars and planets, as well as a wide mix of powerful spells. The Moon Mage Guild is made up of numerous subsects, and each has a history of producing mages with unhealthy interest in politics. Okay, interesting. Oh wait, no. Wait, am I reading that right? Necromancer. This guild is intentionally designed as a hard mode for long-time players. Oh, it must be new. I don't remember Necromancer. Or new-ish. Everything is more difficult, and the consequences of making a mistake are more severe. If you're reading this guide, you do not have the experience to play them. Okay, well, fair enough. Paladin and Holy Warriors, these masters of defense, are held by the gods to a higher standard of honor than others, but are granted powers by the purity of their souls. Though they are primary warriors of shield and sword, their cause is bolstered by dabbling in the holy magic shared by clerks. Ranger, I kind of do remember. Ooh, maybe I can do a gnome thief. The classic. Wait, I sort of remember the thief. I think the thief guild is like. I think you have to go into the sewers. I think it's been so long. Ranger, the classic woodland ranger. Rangers mix magic, stealth, and weapons to create a potent force. However, their abilities wane when too much time is spent in cities, so it's rare to see a ranger in the town for long. Interesting. I think it's in the north of town. Sort of remember that. Thief. These pesky fellows will take your money and stab you in the back before you see them. While not as bad as a Necromancer guild, the Thief guild is more difficult, including puzzles, just to find their guild house. Yeah, I sort of remember. Yes. It's coming back to me. I do remember that. More difficult, includes puzzles. Just so you have to go into the sewers and you have to find their guild house, and it's like a bunch of different like puzzles and stuff you have to do in order to even like become a thief, right? Not recommended for people who need this guide. Okay, cool. Trader, master of commerce and the power of money. Traders crisscross the lands with your caravans delivering goods, setting up shops in the major cities' plazas to market their wares to adventurers. Between their aptitude for creating an ability to rent shops, traders make by far the best merchants. Note, traders have a history of little development. However, they are slated to receive access to their own magic system at some point in the near future. When was this guide made? Warrior Mage, masters of the 6 elements. Warriors are classical fireball throwing mages of fantasy. I think I'm going to do Moon Mage. Lucky for them, no rules restrict them to robes or nightshirts. Though they are less adept at wearing armor than the average adventurer, their typical response is to simply kill everything before it gets near them. Okay, this guy is a little bit out of date. Yeah, I kind of assumed. You made a Moon Mage yourself, Cryptic? Nice. Crypto, rather. Crypto, yes. Been out of date. Too many fundamental things have changed. But traders do actually have magic now. Oh, interesting. So let's do Moon Mage. Guild Hall locations. In a massive observatory outside the city proper. Direction Moon Mage. Okay, got it. Direction Moon Mage. East. Okay, cool. So we have to go east, and then here's down to the northwest. So we're at the northwest customs. Here stands the northeast gate. 2 massive doors of steel banded ironwood securely attached to the masonry of the town walls. Traffic here is thick with travelers, and the custom officers are alert to any signs of trouble. Go northeast gates. Northeast Wilds, outside the northeast gate. You're before the northeast gate of the crossing, surrounded by wayfarers and adventurers, also in mid-journey. Above, guardsmen stare down from the thick of the stone wall that encloses the city, wary for hostile visitors. Whether they travel to destinations in town, farther west, or to north or east, they all appear to be seeking something beyond themselves. Go narrow footpath. Okay, so go down the narrow footpath. Outside the east wall footpath, under the shadow of the eastern section of the crossing stone wall, this footpath serves as a shortcut. Barely wide enough for one person, thick brambles and brush allows passage in single file. A few crevices of the wall make adequate handholds as you squeeze your way along the uneven ground and past the thorny branches. You also see the town wall. Wait, what are we? South. Okay, south. Outside the eastern wall footpath. The remains of a mud wren nest sits overhead in a rough section of the town wall. A newer nest is under construction. Just below it is tucked within a chink of the wall. Small birds dart through the tall brush, bustling as much as the citizens along the streets inside the gates. Down. So go down. A gully. A gully road across the narrow way forces passage just next to the wall of town. Stagnant insect-infested water pools in muddy sections of the gully and fetid odor of garbage saturates the air. Oh, delightful. South. Let's see here. A smooth, flat gray outcropping abuts the stone rampart. The same slate that composes the hills on the terrain to the west. Bits of slab have been chipped and cracked, but a few yards. The path is wide enough to be called a. The path is wide enough to be called a path. Okay, yeah. South. So you have to go to the 3rd floor of the Moon Mage Guild in order to get to HQ. The path turns from the city's ramparts. So we got the southeast. Okay. East. East. Middens Gravel Way. The way here the way turns here at a right angle, and paving pebbles mingle with soft spongy moss that adds bounce to your gait. Tiny spikes of yellow and lavender flowers top the sedges along the shoulders of the road. To the north, the land rises. You can barely make out a slate-covered hilltop, ominously devoid of trees. To the southeast, a tall, tapering tower overlooks the land. Okay. East. Oh, well, What, you're engaged with a sleazy lout? No. What? Escape. Wait, east. Disengage. Disengage. Oh, no. No. Sleazy out. No. Dodge. Priority dodging. Okay, attacking poorly. The sleazy out bashes the cudgel at you. You evade. No, I just went. Direction stop. This is. No. Direction stop. Direction stop. Ow. Stop it. Damn you, sleazy lout. Can I hold to your abdomen? You're bruised, solidly balanced, and there's no advantage. Escape. Please rephrase that command. Run. You want to move to the new room? It was east, right? Engage. Disengage. Retreat. East. Run. Is he gonna follow me? Let's see here. Can I rest? Hide? Wait. Directions. I'm all beaten up. Like someone tried to mug me, man. What an experience. Like, I don't really have... Oh! What? Sleazy lout. Okay, southeast of the tall timber tower. Southeast. Wait, south... wait, so southeast is our timber tower. Go tower. Wait, it's probably... Sleazy lout! No! Ah! Sleazy lout! Leave me alone, sleazy lout! Rough sledges. Using dragonfly. Go road. South. Underfoot, crew, paving stones. Gotta keep an eye out for this sleazy lout. To the south, you see a few starter huts, and east, several tall structures that dominate the horizon. Hold on one second. Okay. I'm fine. got beaten up a little bit. Health 100%. I just... okay. Health 100%. Sharpened poke. Ooh, right hand sharpened poker. Nah! Sleazy lout. I'm gonna get like lost. I'm already kind of lost. Direction moon mage. Killed. Wait. I don't know the way from here. Uh-oh. What did I do? I did south, west, north. You get a new rank in maneuvering in light armor. Nice. Okay, cool. I'm learning stuff at least. Northwest. That's where the sleazy lout is, though. Northwest. North. Okay. Direction. Moon. Oh, new rank in your ability to parry. Okay, so we're leveling up a little bit. Direction moon mage. North. Okay. Daily login rewards every set. Okay, sure. East. Sleazy lout. Are you here? Where? Okay, southeast. Okay. What we got? Southeast. This kid, I can't stay in one area too much. South. You're in the heart of the Gortog quarter, known as Burnbuck Row. I don't want to get mugged again, so I got to keep on moving. East. Plotting inhabitants of the Slade and Bumper Row. Northeast. Okay, sure. Northeast. Northeast. Swampy Junction. Okay. East. Okay. South. God damn, it's so far away. Ah! Sleazy Loud! South! Ah! Wait. Go Silver Gateway. Go Silver Gateway. Sleazy Loud, get away from me. Okay. I think we're here, right? Go Ivory Door. Running through the door. I mean, the Sleazy Loud couldn't follow us here, right? Okay. I think we're here. Observatory, first level. You made it! I knew you could find the place. Okay, so it's on the third level is where the Guildmaster is. Okay, so airy strands of light waver about you on all sides. Soft filaments reaching out from within the milky observatory walls themselves. At its northwest corner, the stone chamber gives way to an atrium of lush vegetation, flowers, and exotic plants which reach upwards into the sun's friendly glow. A thin railing of intricately woven willow branches rises at the garden's edge, arcing gently to the south and northeast. A carved iron door leads outside. No, I'm not going to go outside. The Sleazy Loud is outside. Scared. Let's see. But outside, let's see. We missed a couple things. Before you stands the Observatory of the Southern Crossbow. It is a 3-story edifice. Its 16-sided walls capped with a crystal dome. The top floor is the nerve center of the Moon Mages Guild, the most powerful and revered arcane circle throughout Elanthia. All in all, a rather quirky structure. It manages to inspire awe and curiosity at the same time. A carved iron. Okay, we went inside the door. So we're supposed to go thin railing. Let's see here. A thin railing of intricately woven willow branches rising on the garden's edges, arcing south and northeast. You've gained a new rank in your overall defensive maneuvering. Okay, cool. Nice. One thing that kind of stuck with me about this game is, I mentioned it earlier in the stream, but you can, for a second I thought it was the Sleazy Loud. You can teach, and you can teach teaching. So essentially you can teach teaching to people who can teach teaching, right? I don't know. That always kind of like stuck with me. I guess I'll go south. Why not? Observatory first level. The room is dominated by a massive ivory pillar rising from its center, barely leaving enough room for an armored human to walk through comfortably. Life-size likenesses of the 13 gods and goddesses ring the column, each clothed in garments of leisure with faces and bodies forever frozen in the repose rigors of ease and kindness. Can I actually look at them? Look. Likenesses? Like, yes, probably not. Yeah, I didn't think so. Should be safe from here. Yeah, cool. Gotta head to bed, but good luck. Yeah, no problem. Thank you very much for the help, Crypto. Appreciate it. I think you lost here is a useful site. Thank you. I appreciate it. Okay, so we came from the north. Let's go west. A vibrant orange carpet. We're just looking for like a stairwell or something. A vibrant orange carpet of rampant rust invades the floor at the room's northwestern corner. Patches of violets, some summer-knot, and windows lace dot the palette. Their purples, pinks, and creams completing the college with beauty impossible for a mortal handle to duplicate. It's actually a really nice description. Like, so far, it's really nice. Go west, so we go southwest. An oak pedestal erected in the southern corner of the room supports a large brass orb. Okay. Flashes of light glance sharply from the surface as it spins and rotates, highlighting the uncountable engraved lines and figures that cross its face. Can I look at the orb? Look at orb. The diagram is so meticulously etched onto the shiny black orb that it appears to be a detailed accounting of the moons and constellations of the Elanthian sky. Oh, cool. Southwest, so northwest. A long, colorful mural spans the north and west walls from floor to ceiling. Dark figures of Damaris and Meraud cavorting with panthers and wolves beneath twin full moons. Look at mural. Look art mural. Look at mural. Images of the two gods seem to bend, combine, and separate again into frenzied, reeling shapes of magic, night and dream. Curling vaporous vectors snake along the picture's edges, collapsing into a miasmatic vortex in the room's southwestern corner. Okay. Interesting. You see, so we go west. I'm assuming this is the way to get to the stairs in order to get to the third floor. Summer Not Vine climbs along the atrium railing. People are running around everywhere. As Summer Not Vine climbs along the atrium railing on the room's northeastern side, its wispy pink flowers creating a painted lattice from rail to floor along the entire width of the room. A thin layer of petals spread over the soil and floor where they meet, showing just how very stark and devoid of color the observatory proper can be. So north, I guess? I think we're just going around in a circle. An ornate staircase. Oh, here we go. Staircase. An ornate staircase of mingled wood spirals into the ceiling and out of the sight above the balcony floor. A bright wooden runner ascends the stairs with nary a buckle or gap. Okay. Nestled cleanly between vivid sections of Everlid, leading his army into battle. I think it was probably one of the gods. Okay. Go. Stairs? Go staircase. Okay. Second level. From the spiral staircase along the south of the northwest corridors, a narrow, brightly colored carpet splits the stoic weight of the observatory floor. Okay. Similar tapestries adorn the western wall, opposite a curved railing at the balcony's southwestern edge. Crowns of blossoming trees and all manner of flowers and vines spread across the atrium in a masterpiece of a vision of color, light, and shadow. Kind of cool. Okay. Give me 1 second. Let me just make sure everything is still running okay. Interesting. South, I guess. Protruding along the narrow slit in the room's southwestern corner, a crude wooden telescope trains its eye over the middens to the horizon of the setting sun. Students of the southern skies gather here in the early hours of the evening to behold the train of stars which follow the shining crucible to its nightly rest. Shining crucible, okay. Interesting. East. A plush velvet rug. Wait, could I just keep on going with the stairs? Anyways. A plush velvet rug of varying blue shades covers the floor of this narrow throwaway. From the southern wall, an olive-bordered taffeta portrait of Hodirna hangs, swaying gracefully with the air currents which sweep along the hall and throughout the observatory. Okay, southeast. Leather-bound tube of a telescope disappears in half. Wait, the leather-bound tube of the telescope disappears in half through a small hole cut in the wall in one corner of the room. What? Look at hole. Okay, we can't. Southeast, northwest. Wait, no, northeast. Okay, second level, sunny yellow carpets and sky blue wall hangings. Swallow the corridor in a soft embrace, radiating warmth that washes over you and permeates your body to the bone. Fragrant coriander and spikes of florid hanging poppies complete the scene, bringing summertime to your senses and ease into your mind. East, I guess. Observatory. Thousands of colored beads form geometric patterns about a telescope built into the alcove's southeast corner, giving the room a distinct feeling of festivity. Okay. On a clear evening, near the edge of dusk, 𝕯𝖗𝖆𝖌𝖔𝖓𝖗𝖃 abode of mirth and music rises just off the southeasternly horizon. Wait, what? Southeast horizon. It's very colored spots and rings painted merrily across the darkening sky. Hey, GM Fox, how's it going? It's the best. Is a pretty the dialogue and the writing so far is actually pretty nice. I'm enjoying it so far. Go north. Yeah, just call out to the guild leader. Hello, I'm lost. Along the eastern wall, a high stained glass window twinkles in the daylight. Its green, purple, and blue panes forming a striking portrait of 𝕯𝖗𝖆𝖌𝖔𝖓𝖗𝖃 astride a living wave. A slender pedestal of brushed pewter rises from the center of the floor, its stately finish flashing dully beneath the colored rays. Okay, northeast. Extending through the slit in the northeastern corner, a wooded telescope peels its eye towards the horizon of the setting sun. On clear mornings, schools of moon magi and other heavenly watchers gather to behold the stars, which flee before the coming light of dawn. Wait, you also see... Let's see here. Interesting. Astulian. Number. You've gained a new rank in maneuvering light armor. Okay. Gestures. Wait, am I going... Okay, wait. Focus. I think I'm not sure if I was here already. We would say about the stairs. This guy's just... Soft cackle briefly comes from Astulian's direction. Yeah, no problem. This guy's just following me. Soft cackling briefly. Anyways, northeast, southwest, northwest. No, wait. Southwest. I don't think I've been here before. Along the eastern wall, high stained glass window twinkles in the daylight. Its green, purple, and blue panes showing portrait of 𝕯𝖗𝖌𝖔𝖓𝖃 on a pedestal. Brushed pewter rises from the center of the floor. Its stately finish flashing dully beneath the colored rays. Wait, did I... Have I been here before? Everything kind of is starting to look similar. South. I'm going to start going in circles over and over again. Thousands of colored beads form each other pattern in the telescope. Yeah, we already were here, right? I think. I'm pretty sure. West. Lost. Okay. Sunny the carpets of you've gained a new rank in your perceptual acuity. Great. I'm better at perceptual acuity. Carpets, radiating warmth that washes over you and permeates your body to the bone. Southwest. Yeah, we've been here before. Where's the stairs though? Wait, where did we come from? Southwest, northwest. Pleasurable rug. Portrait of hangs. Wait. Is this supposed to be like a secret entrance? Hold on. Look at portrait. Maybe we're supposed to like find a way around Maybe there's like a secret hidden door. I mean, maybe. I remember some areas being kind of like that. I'm a long-time player, so I won't say anything unless you ask. Oh, no worries. But I played this game like years and years and years ago. It's starting to kind of come back to me. But let's see here. Look at portrait. I appreciate the offer though, Gem. Delicate fabric shines with the understood beauty of the goddess herself. Pink and yellow wildflowers twine her flowing tawny locks, framing a kind, loving face and sharp but gentle eyes. An airy gown drapes her slender form. Look behind portrait. There's nothing behind her. Okay. West. Opportunity. Shining Crucible, Nightly Rest. So north. Okay, Spiral Scare. This is where we started from. Along the south, north of the coast. Yeah, this is where we came up from. We have to keep on climbing stairs. Go up. Climb. Up. What are you referring to? Go upstairs. What are you referring to? Go up staircase. Because the guild is on the 3rd floor. On the south and northwest quarters, and observatory floor, some tapestries, western wall, opposite a curved railing, back to the edge, crowns of blossoming trees, all manner of flowers and vines spread across the atrium, western favorite color. How do look staircase carved, or maybe this is the stairs to the 3rd floor, carved into the curving sides of the staircase. Everett stands in a wide field amongst the metal clad troops, an opposing powerful figure. Okay, so go staircase. Wait, down an ornate. Oh wait, go up ornate staircase. No. This does go down though. Okay, so go staircase. So first, yeah, okay. Go staircase. So go back up. Okay. I don't see anything. Blah, 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 blah. Is it simple? Guild locations for directions. Directions. Moon Mage. Go ornate stair. Wait, what? Go ornate staircase. Go ornate staircase. South. Okay. Is it just gonna take me to like the entrance? East. Southeast. Okay. I think it's gonna take me to like the entrance of the guild. Northeast. East. North. Where are you taking me? Medieval GPS. Yeah. Wait. Airy strands of words all sides. Soft filaments reaching out of the milky north of the corner. Square chamber gives away the atrium of left vegetation, flowers, and exotic plants, which reach upwards into the sun's friendly glow. Then a railing of intricately woven willow branches rises at the garden's edge, arcing gently to the south and northeast. Carved. Yeah, this is the entrance. Damn it. So I have to go back. Oh my lord. South. Or we can go northeast, I guess. Okay, blah blah blah. Northwest. What does this say? A scalloped jade fountain sits back to the west, a small ways amongst the atrium's vegetation, shoots intermittent crystalline arcs into the air above. The water climbs, hanging from for a second at its pinnacle, then descends again to splash against the creamy green bowl and run a slender rivulet through a groove in the fountain's lip. Although you cannot see where the stream goes from the side, seems probable the water simply seeps off to dampen the surrounding soil. Anyways, northeast, northwest. Okay, fine, alabaster. North. Observatory first level, 20 trunk of a large fig tree extends out of sight to the southwest. Its leafy crown hidden by this second level balcony. Honeysuckle and various flowering vines cling to the curving wood, hanging in the tangled bunches of pink, yellow, and green. An oak bench, upholstered in a rich lime brocade, invites you to rest and admire the circle of Hodorina's beauty. Also here, patient Vorlock, who's curtained by... Wait. Also here, patient Vorlock, who is curtained by the swirling silver-tipped emerald leaves, and teaching Professor Skakin. Okay, I think those are players. Oh wait, no, or maybe it's the Skankin is like he teaches teaching. Maybe. Anyways, north, south, west. Beneath the willow railing at the atrium's edge, a squat, fiery bush pours over onto the floor. Deep red leaves spread in a dense, untamed mass, parted here and there by glossy orbs of even redder fruit. Its lustrous skin shines enticingly in the light, luring the unaware to certain death. What? Wait, what? What's happening? Beneath the willow's railing at the atrium's edge, a squat, fiery bush pours over onto the floor. Deep red leaves spread in a dense, untamed mass, parted here and there by glossy orbs of even redder fruit. And eat berries? Wait. Look, bush. Smell berries. Eats berries. Okay, no, whatever. Northwest. Wide table built in the room's northeast corridor has a brass model of the solar system, a 13-planet ballet in which Elanthia dances part. Frescoes of Trofini grace the northeastern northwestern walls, each framed with a braided willow pattern similar to that of the rail encircling the atrium. You also see some ebonwood benches. A very loud voice intones, "In approximately 1 minute, I'm returning to the spot and picking everything I find off on the ground. If you leave it there, it's mine, and I won't give it back." What? Wait, a very loud voice intones, "In approximately 1 minute, I'm returning to the spot and picking up everything I find on the ground. If you leave it here, it's mine, and I won't give it back." Probably janitor, maybe? Anyways, northwest, southwest. A lunar bench inlaid with fruit wood depictions of Glethantide, surrounded by crowds of frolicking mortals, rests against the northern wall. To the southeast, fluffy tendrils of dawn's white breath sweep along the railing in draping strands of powder gray. Okay. This is janitor? Yeah. Okay, that makes sense. Let's see here. Low fog rolls in and quickly rolls out. Okay. West. Occasionally, pillars of light slant down through a thinning in the floor of the room's southern edge. Pools of brilliant gold dapple coalesce and fade across the floor as day passes on her merry way. The northern wall bears a prominent inlay of variously sized circular tiles. You can also see a sweeping staircase. Okay, wait, this is a different staircase, right? Go staircase, run up the staircase. Go staircase. Run. You have to climb it. Climb staircase. Wait, what? Your sharpened poker makes the climb more difficult. Trying to judge a climb, you peer over the edge. What? Wait, what? Yeah, I'm literally trying to climb, like, what? Like, over the... Am I climbing on the railing of the staircase? Go... Climb staircase? What is happening? Walk up staircase. Staircase. Please rephrase that command. What is happening? Go staircase. You'll have to climb that. Climb up staircase. You gain a new rank in your ability to parry. Sure. Why not? Why not? Look at staircase. See, nothing unusual, really. Climb staircase again, I guess. Staircase. Drop. Poker. Okay. Climb. Staircase. Yay! I climbed a staircase. A sweeping staircase draped with a royal blue carpet descends from the first floor of the observatory into this mahogany... descends from the first floor... descends from the first floor to... wait, am I going down? A long velvet-padded bench runs along the wall beside the gilded archway to east. Oh, sounds promising. A narrow corridor opens to the north, the passage dimly lit by flickering torches. You also see the silver-white shard 𝕯𝖵𝖔𝖓𝖗𝖊𝖆𝖑𝖑. Yeah, I know. Look at 𝕯𝖵𝖔𝖓𝖑. Despite having a slightly dark coloration near one tip, the shard known as 𝕯𝖵𝖔𝖓𝖑 is otherwise pristine and silvery white. Don't drink coffee, kitty. Kitties should not drink coffee. Kitties are always hyper enough as it is. Anyways, the shard known as 𝕯𝖵𝖔𝖓𝖑. The shard is held aloft by two crystal pincers on the apex of a thin steel column. Anyways, north. There's only one way to go. Observatory, a gallery corridor, slowly drying torches in the wrought iron sconces flank this oddly cold corridor. Its hallway sloping upwards a bit as it opens into a fort to the south. Northward, a line of portraits hang on ancient ironwood walls. South. Wait, no, north. Ironwood frame portraits. An ironwood frame portrait and a ragged parchment portrait are carefully hung along the walls, not a speck of dust on the withered canvases. This gallery continues to the north and leads short connecting hallway to the south. North. The air here is deadly cold. Wait, am I gonna die? What's going on? This is supposed to be safe. The air here is deathly cold, and the chill centered around a black velvet portrait hanging on one wall. The opposite wall features a broad colorful portrait hung at a slightly skewed angle. The gallery stretches north and south. North, my dude. North again. 12 chairs surround a high table in the center of this rounded chamber, and a shining gold plaque with an inscription repeated in half as many languages hangs on the far wall. Beyond that, there is nothing here, save a near tangible stillness and a low, powerful thrumming, just barely at the edges of hearing. A section of the wall shows... Wait, is it a dead end? A section of the wall shows signs of recent repairs and construction centered about a heavy reinforced passageway. You also see a warning sign. Read sign. Warning! Hazardous area. The Guild of Moon Mages have left this area open Man, it would be crazy if they like moved. They weren't even here anymore. Is left this area open to allow access to artifacts of worthy study in the sewers below. Sewers below? What the hell? Dangerous undead are plentiful. This is not the way to the crossing. Guild leader Kars. Please travel in groups if you intended to study the artifacts below. I don't want to go down there. I do not. Ah! South! 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 Run! Ah! Climb stairs. Case. Take poker. Is poker still here? Poker? Yeah, I got my poker. Practice with poker. Can I do practice? Sword fighting. Fighting with poker. Ha! Ho! Ha! Ha! Sing. Practice, sing, stretch area. Sure. Practice, sing. You clear your voice repeatedly. You think you sound pretty good. Sure. Hum. Hum a little tune. You hum to yourself. Okay, let's do it. Where am I? Wait. Where did I come from? I'm lost. So lost. South. Let's just do south. Undulations of air permeate your mind, drums softly in your head. A subtle, undeniable sense of timing comes over you. The tower's interior seems to throb. What's happening? The tower's interior seems to throb, shifting from stark white to barely perceivable instantaneous pulses of translucent blue. And then, like an instant of deja vu, it is gone. Southwest. Small. I don't remember seeing this before. It's like I think I might be running in circles, but like some of this seems new. A small jade sculpture of a lunid filling the ocean's strands just inside the atrium railing on the eastern edge, nearly hidden beneath the draping of fronds of wild fern. Continuous silvery streams flow from the tines of the goddess trident into a small clear pool at the feet. Thin furrow siphons trickles of water off into the garden. Northeast. There's nothing safe about moon magic. Let's see here. North. Occasional whispers pass along the floor, and the north of the wall bears a prominent inlay of various circular tiles. There's another staircase. Wait, is this the same one? Go staircase. God damn it. Drop poker. Climb staircase. Sweeping staircase stripped with a file. Hold on. A sweeping staircase draped with a royal blue carpet descends from the first. First floor? No, wait. We already. Wait. Climb staircase. We already went here, right? Take poker. Climb. We went north last time. So east. I'm really lost. Northeast. Okay, so there's one staircase that leads down into the basement, right? This part, we already saw that. Everyone benches. No, I don't. No time for sitting in a bench. Northeast, southeast. Look, fruit. That's fine. East. Let's see here. The 20 trunk of a fig tree extends up to the southwest. Its leafy crown hidden by the second floor level balcony. Okay. Okay. Oak bench. Wait, so staircase? Look. Staircase. Okay, there's no... Wait, okay. No staircase. West. No, no, south. Southeast. Let's see. Southeast. Southwest. Huh. So wait, let me see if I can say something. Huh. Blast it all. I'll say. Blast it all. I am lost! What, say it? You exclaim. Blast it all. I am lost. Audible Australian came through a car. Wait. Wait, is that the... Yeah, curved iron door leads outside. Okay, so southwest, so north... Northeast goes to the basement. So, south. So south, west. Orange carpet of rampant rusk invades the floor. West, southwest. Pedestal, flash of lights. West, northwest, right? No. Yes. No. Yes. No. Northwest. Long cover all your dark fears. Yeah. You. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah. Let's see here. Anyways, northwest, southwest, west. Okay, there's go. Property can be so north. Or staircase, woods. Runner. North. So south, northwest. Northwest, south. Yeah, southeast. Wait, no. Northeast. Nothing. Northeast. So north. Anyways. So sweeping staircase. Okay. So climb. So go staircase. Well, okay, drop poker. Climb staircase. What? Wait, how did... Where's the other staircase? No! You walk past the stair going up. Oh, did I? Okay. Okay, go climb. Staircase. Pick up poker. Oh, it's gone? Whatever. Wait, where did it come from? That was... I came from the north. Right? So, south. So, let's backtrack. It's gone. So, southwest. Southwest. Sculptor, continuously streams flow from the times. Repeat, thin furrow, cycle trickles of water into the garden. Northeast. Let's go back. Okay, the Horizon's here, into the throb. North. spending so much time doing this. Northwestern wall, the promise. Sorry, poker. Oh wait, by poker, take poker. Okay, staircase. Wait, is this the same staircase? Drop poker. Go staircase. This is not the one we came from. Climb staircase. What? Okay. Climb staircase. Okay. Wait. Sharpen poker. Let's. Okay. Okay, wait. I don't. No. Okay. I can do this. Let's see. So I'll just leave the poker there so I'll know which one it is. Okay. Northeast. Benches. Northeast. Southwest. Southeast. Wait. Yes, northeast. Death, east. Okay. An oak bench. Wait, okay. Twin trunk of fig tree extends out of sight to the southwest. The twinning trunk of a large fig tree extends up out of sight to the southwest of the leafy ground, hidden by the second level balcony. Okay. Honeysuckle and various flowering vines cling to the carved wood, hanging in tangled bunches of pink, yellow, and green. An oak bench upholstered and invites you to rest and admire the circle of happiness beauty, which occupies the tower's center. From ground level to the first So I came from east. I came from the west, right? So carving wood. Okay, I'm not missing anything from here. Anyways, south. The walls, view. Dental says power comes over you. Southeast. Jeff is found. Southeast. Southwest. Area strength of lights. Start fulfillment. Thin railing. Little branches at the guard's edge. Wait. So now I'm back at the entrance? Okay. Okay. Where did I find that first staircase, man? Okay. Pay attention. Hold on one second, guys. I'll be right back. I'm coming. The tale of the quest for the staircase. Anyways, anyways, we came from the southwest. South. The room is dominated by the massive iron pillar rising from the center, barely leaving enough room for armor who you to walk through comfortable. Life-size likenesses of 13 gods. Go south, so go west. From orange carpet, carpets, pressure violets. So go west, so go southwest. Oak pedestal erected in the southern corner of the room. Supports a large brass orb, flash of light. We already looked at that. Go southwest, so northwest. At the entrance door, let's see here, GemFox. At the entrance door, you've gone roughly halfway around the first floor from where you dropped the poker. Okay. So northwest, you go northwest, southeast, west. Summoner Vine climbs along the atrium, railing on the room's northern side as wispy pink flowers creating a pink lattice from rail to across the wire with the room. Thin layer of petals spreads over the soil from where they met, showing how very stark and devoid of color the observatory proper can be. North. An ornate staircase. Oh, staircase. Okay. This is not the same one. Okay, so here it is. So go staircase. Okay, so second level. But we didn't see a third level. So climb staircase. Climb staircase. Can we go keep on going up? You can't climb that. Sure. Why not? From the okay, so second level from up a spiral staircase along the south and northwest corridor, a narrow, brightly colored carpet splits the stoic white of the observatory floor. Similar tapestries adorn the white western wall. Opposite a curved railing at the balcony's southeast edge. Crowns of blossoming trees and all manner of flowers and vines spread across the atrium, eclipsed intermittently beneath the skimming slivers of shadow. Okay, so southwest. Okay, so southwest or northwest. Let's just go south, whatever. He was running south, so let's follow him, maybe. Protruding through a narrow slit in the room's southwest corridor, a crude wooden telescope turns his eye over the middens in the horizon of the setting sun. I do remember coming here. So east. A plush velvet rug of varying blue shades covers the floor of this narrow thoroughway. From the southern wall, an olive bordered taffeta portrait of 𝕯𝖗𝖆𝖌𝖔𝖓𝖗𝖃 hangs, swaying gracefully with the air currents which sweep along the hall and throughout the observatory. Okay, so southeast. The levitt-bound tube of the telescope disappears. I do remember that. So southeast, northeast. Wait, northeast. Sunny yellow carpets and sky blue hangings. Yes. A sky radiant warmth that washes over you and permeates your body to the bone. Fragrant coriander and spikes of florid hanging poppies complete the scene, bringing summertime to your senses to ease your mind. Thousands of colored beads form a geometric pattern about a telescope built into the alcove southeast corridor, giving the room a distinct feeling of festivity. On a clear evening near the edge of dusk, Elanthia, abode of mirth and music, rises just off the southeasterly horizon. Its very colored spots and rings painted merrily across against the darkened sky. Okay, sure. Where's the next staircase? I want to get to the third level already. Along the eastern wall, a high stained glass window, twinkling daylights. Center pedestal, burnished pewter, rises from the center of the floor. Its stately finish, flashing dully beneath colored rays. Northeast. Whew, okay. Extending through a slit in the wooden pedestal, On a clear morning, schools of moon Magi, other watchers gather to behold the stars. Let's flee for the coming light of dawn herald. Northwest. Railing. Column. Wild strands of ivy swirl along the balcony's railing to the southwest, tumbling in unfettered streams of rich green foliage to the atrium floor. Nearly hidden amongst the unruly vegetation, you notice what appears to be a gray column, truncated in mid-growth, rising stalwartly from beneath the cover of soil. Great. North, I guess. Spiders of light skitter across the dark metallic telescope protruding from a fixture in the room's northern corner. It's okay. I just want to get to the Guildmaster. A piece of rope dangles from the ceiling at its north. Piece of rope dangles from the ceiling in the northeastern corner, gathering on the floor in a thick coil of muted green. Intuition warns you away from the serpentine mass, but curiosity persists. Wait, am I mean, it goes up, right? Look at rope. Hey, Toby. Toby's coming to visit us. Oh, the 18-year-old baby. You're just a baby who's like 17 or 18 years old. Squish a cat live on stream. Shoo. Okay, look at rope. See nothing unusual. It says, okay, it says it's implying that I shouldn't climb up the rope. Sure, why not? Okay, so I won't go there. Flanked on either side by a thin burgundy drape, a single pane of silver glass spreads across the northern wall. Standing careful vigil in front is a mother of pearl telescope, its pearlescent surface glimmering with each shift of the light. Southwest. A straight grained length of help someone! Standing over at the balcony as your view. Wait. A straight grained length of railing continues its arc along the atrium's circumference to the southwest. Standing at the balcony's edge, your view is relatively unobstructed, and the acute immensity of the atrial circle strikes you in full force. Great. West. The room is solid white and completely bare, save for a copper band telescope. What is? I get it. Telescopes. I get it. South. This place is so confusing. You exclaim, this place is so confusing. Fuss. Grumble. You grumble. Okay, anyways. You go south, southwest. Another player did something interesting in one of the rooms you're in. Is it a hidden entrance? Oh my lord. It's almost like they want to, like, make sure that only the clever get into this guild. How am I supposed to compete with that? Okay, so we have to go back. When visible, let's actually go back. Let's see what GM's talking about. Player. Okay. Runs northeast. Oh, wait, but it says third floor, right? So we go handprints. Okay. Thank you, GM. Okay, let's I kind of feel like I've been walking so long. I kind of don't want to backtrack. Let's see, but it was, let's see here. It was a green, A high stained glass window. That's where we have to go. Wait, where's the... Okay. Well, eventually my guy's gonna... He'll starve to death and die, never achieving the greatness that he set off to do. Okay, north. Go. Let's backtrack. Southwest, so northeast. So let's go back. Northeast. North. Because the guild is roughly circular, kind of star-shaped. I can kind of see it now that I think about it. North, east. The rail continues northeast. Wait. Visual scope. No, not there yet. Northeast. Southeast. Piece of rope dangles to the ceiling. Okay. It's totally okay. No, you can't tempt me with your rope. East. Let's go south. What else is strange? Blah blah blah. Southeast. Okay, keep on going. Hopefully you didn't pass it. Southeast, southwest. Along the eastern wall, high stained glass window. Yes. This is where it was. Okay, along this eastern wall, a high stained glass window twinkles in daylight. Its green, purple, and blue panes forming a striking portrait of Elanthia astride a living wave. A slender pedestal of brushed pewter rises from the center of the floor, its stately finish flashing dully beneath the colored rays. Look at pedestal. Look at pedestal. Yellow sparks of light glimpse from the pedestal's dull finish, and more sharply off to the polished brass handprint sunk into its green marble top. Touch handprint. Third level. Okay, cool. Thank you very much, GM. Appreciate it. Your surrounding shift. A large wooden tripod stands post at the room's eastern edge, watching endlessly over the lower eastern middens and beyond. Beneath its crux, a polished steel scope hangs, suspended within a harness of softened leather. The copper eyepiece winks. The copper eyepiece winks with every subtle shift of light. As if sharing a secret joke with this slender pewter pedestal nearby. Northeast. A large wooden tripod stands post at the room's eastern edge, watching endlessly over the lower middens and beyond. Its crux sits a polished steel telescope, its silver eyepiece winking with every shift of lights. Northwest, I guess. A massive lunate table dominates the room, its top covered in intricate inlays of planets, moons, and stars in their uncountable configurations. Flanked by upholstered benches, the grand piece plays host to heated debate as well as other more official guild business. At its head, a high back chair sits stoic, forever empty. Guess maybe I should actually start looking at some of this stuff, right? Look, chair. The image of a strange mask woven into the chair's cane back. What? The image of a strange mask woven into a chair's cane back peers at you with wild, strange eyes. Poke. Mask? Okay. Look at back. Okay, whatever. We came from northwest. Northwest. So north. Nestled in a net of soft rope, a long metallic scope hangs parallel to the floor, halfway up the crystal arc of the domes to its pinnacle. Sure. Thick burgundy carpets span the corridor and cradle your feet, creating a warm feeling of satisfaction and comfort. To the southwest, an oral picket railing. Railing skirts the balcony's edge. A horizon above which the crowns rise the crowns of countless indescribable trees. Okay. Northwest. A looming skeleton overlooks the middens with an unflappable silence. The bright finish of his brass joints and the slick sheen of his eye belying all which he sees. Centuries pass, mortals live, see, and give way to visions of generations to come, but old oak watches without bias, without fail, and never forgets. Is that his name? Old Oak. Look at Old Oak. Look at skeleton. Let's see. The ancient oak tripod is faded and worn, but still possesses an unmistakable appearance. And sadly so. Got it. Northwest. Southwest. A soft sitting mat covers the floor entirely, save for a narrow strip of anti-color bordering starkly on all sides. Painted onto the crystal hemisphere, a detailed star diagram spreads over your head, marking constellations and their positions at various times of the year. You see a tricolored scroll, a round archway, an elegant silver stand with a guild register on it, and guild leader 𝕯𝖃. Okay. Look at 𝕯𝖃. 𝕯𝖃. 𝕯𝖃 is a tall, dark-skinned human with short black hair that seems to be in a perpetual state of disarray. His eyes are deep, flashing green, and always seem to be staring far into the distance, as if he was observing a world visible to him alone. Okay, a square jaw and high chiseled cheekbones would almost mark him as handsome, were it not for the deep scar running diagonally across his right eyebrow. His features constantly set in a slight frown. As if he was always angry over some perceived slight. His tunic and pants are both soft, pliable leather, deep crimson color, and often offset with his midnight black cloak, which drapes from his broad shoulders nearly to his knees. Okay. Embroidered upon the cloak are many shiny silver stars, lines connected to the constellations in such a way that they almost seem to represent the webs of a spider. Look at register. No, register. At register. As you glance at the signatures, you wonder briefly what it would be like to have your name signed next to the rest of the guild's members. There seem to be some instructions written on the register. Read instructions. Read register. It reads, "Greetings, newcomer. To become a member of our guild is not in the least bit difficult. As with all guilds, you must simply find our guild leader and join, and you'll be trained in our ways. If you do not meet the requirements of our guild, you may choose to train yourself at what..." Oh my god, do I have to leave and come back? Please say no. "If you do not meet the requirements for our guild, you must choose to train yourself at any number of our training grounds until you've achieved our high standards, or you may allow our guild leader to train you to the minimum requirement." Yes. While the second option is easier, the first option allows you for more freedom in choosing your things for yourself, rather than having them be decided for you. I mean, we're just playing around, so it doesn't really matter too much. Register? Wait. Yes, join Moon Mages? What are you referring to? Third level? Yeah! Good, good, good. Talk to Kassar. Yes. Ah, you're probably trying to talk to Guildmaker Kassar. In many fantasy role-playing games, interaction with NPCs is an important part of the game. However, in DragonRealms, this is not so because it's a multiplayer game. I shall explain. In a multiplayer game, you spend a lot of time communicating with other users. Since these are humans, the conversation is rich and varied, and with good role-playing skills, infinitely realistic. On the other hand, the best of computer science still has not been able to duplicate this in software. And so in all fantasy games, communication with NPCs, it would have a very mechanical feel. The results of this is that the mixture of rich player conversations and stale NPC conversation is rather unattractive. In a single-use game, there is no other option. We do have simple conversation abilities in regard to haggling with merchants. This is our keep it simple. Just join. Join. Kassar reaches a scarred eyebrow at you. He then leans forward to loom over you, locking his gaze with yours. You better be sure about this, 𝕯𝖊𝖔𝖓𝖗𝖊𝖑𝖘. This could be the biggest mistake you've ever made. Whispering into your ear, he says, "Tell me you wish to join. Tell me you wish to join." You go to snipe and see what happens. Join! I'm not afraid. Kassar stares at you for what seems like an eternity before slowly shaking his head. He just leans back and glares at you in obvious annoyance. You're good enough for us! What? Get out of here and train yourself before darkening my doorstep again. You need to raise your ability to 6. There's a second option. If you're too lazy, yes, I am too lazy. Then tell me you should join. We should train your miserable carcass to minimum. Yeah, that's fine. Join. Note that the TDP cost will be higher if the guild trains you. That's fine. Are you sure about this? Join! Join! I'm not afraid. What? Wait. What? Type join once more. Yeah. Join. Now you belong. Your titles have been cleared. Kassar chortles with glee. Now you belong to me. He cackles as he dances about the room. Kassar yanks you by your ear over the large stack of tomes and shoves you down to into a chair. Now listen up, he barks. And then he begins to teach you in the ways of the Moon Mage. For several weeks, wow. From dawn to dusk, he fills your head with so much knowledge that you are, for a time, it feels like it's going to explode. But somehow you manage to survive, having your head exploded. Curse glares at you and says, "Now pay attention, young man, because if you miss anything, it's the barbarians go with you." No, anything but that. He pauses for a moment and then says, 𝕯𝖊𝖔𝖓𝖗𝖊𝖑𝖘, huh? What happened? Were all the good neems already taken in your village? I don't like this guy. Kassar continues, "Well, Master 𝕯𝖊𝖔𝖓𝖗, if you're wondering who's in charge around here, it's me." He jabs a finger into your chest, glowers at you, and says, "So when you want something, such as spells or training in ways of the guild, just drag your sorry carcass in here. If you're lucky, we may be able to help you. But don't count on it. You'll probably fail, like most of the spineless beggars who wander through this place. But if it does come to be that you have a bit of potential, we'll teach you a bit about the mysteries of the heavens above." Okay. We'll teach you a little bit of magic. Excuse me. Spells. Where is it? Spells of wondrous power. He extends one cupped hand towards you, and for a moment you see it filled with a pool of blackness. Within the pool, you see a dancing vision of starry, cloudless sky. Kassar then snaps his fingers, and the vision fades. Kassar adds, "At some point in your career, it would be wise for you to head the Throne City and learn more about the skill's heritage. Assuming your little head can handle it, You may even want to join a sect sooner or later, but I don't recommend it until you learn, or until you become more famous. Okay, interesting. He chuckles for a moment and then whispers a few simple words of magic into your ears. The joy Karst feels from his craft shines in his voice as he continues. To predict the future, young 𝕯𝖊𝖏𝖏𝖏𝖏𝖏𝖏𝖏𝖏𝖏𝖏𝖏𝖏𝖏𝖏𝖏, you must first observe the various heavenly bodies. Sounds kind of familiar. I think I do kind of remember this a little bit. You must observe the various heavenly bodies. Since you are but an initiate of the guild at this time, it would be best that you restrict your observations to the moon and the sun. Huh. Then, once you have observed their aspects sufficiently, all you must do is listen to your inner voice and predict the future. Okay, maybe I should write this down. Okay, let's see. Predict the future. Observe. So observe. Predict. Excuse me. Pausing only to glare at you, he says, I also suggest that you find the mahogany building just within the temple gates, so you can find out how to gain favor with the gods. The monks here will show you, but if you can't grasp the instructions, then your time predicting the moons will be very short indeed. One final word, 𝕯𝖏𝖏𝖏𝖏𝖏𝖏𝖏𝖏𝖏𝖏𝖏𝖏. Being that you haven't given me a reason to throw you into the sewers with the death spirits yet, what the hell is wrong with this guy? If you ask me about magic, you might get to learn a new spell. Now hurry up before your good fortune changes for worse. He then sits at his desk and glares at you from across the room. Great. Interesting. Interesting. What time is it? Okay, let's try to play around with the we'll probably try to find a place where we can like wrap it up a little bit. But I would like to kind of like demonstrate a little bit about the combat in this ability before we go. So, anyways, you should learn a spell. Okay. GM Fox, thank you very much for the follow. Appreciate it. Guys, if you haven't already, be sure to like and follow on YouTube and Twitch. Really would appreciate it if you would do so. I do stream Wednesday, Thursday nights, Saturday, Sunday mornings. So if you're interested in finding some oddball games that I tend to play on here, be sure to join me. Make sure you have the bell notices enabled so you know when I'm going live. I do have the same name on any sort of social media, Mechanical Beanstalk. We do have a Discord if you want to also keep updated on when I'm going live, and various games that I'm actually thinking of playing. We go through some trailers of some indie games that you might not have heard of. You can actually find that out in the Discord. But the Discord link is going to be pinned in the live chat every single stream, as well as the description down below if you're playing this on the post recording. Let's learn spell. I fail like once we do. Learn spell. Let's do a bit about it. Heretic. Okay. So, learn spell. Would you quit wasting my time? Where does it say how to learn spells? Because our stares at you. Let's see, we already joined. We already did that. So now pay attention, young man, because if miss anything about variance scale, because of your chest. So if you want anything such as spells or training, just drag your sorry carcass in here, and if you're lucky, we may be able to actually help you. Okay. Read his final message to you. One final word. Being that you haven't given me a reason to throw you in the sewers of the spirits of death yet, if you ask me about magic, you might learn a new spell. Okay, so ask Kisar about magic. Ah, cool. Perception, clear vision, psychic rejection, calm, telekinetic throw. Interesting. Kazar grumbles to himself and mutters, yes. Guild regulations say that you're entitled to hear about the spells whenever you wish. He sighs and he flips through a large leather-bound tome on his desk for a few moments. Moments later, he looks up at you and says, well, Master 𝕯𝖏𝖏𝖏𝖏, it appears that, in fact, that you're entitled to hear about the clear vision spell from the perception book, the calm and telekinetic throw spell from the psychic projection book, and the shadow spell from the moonlit manipulation book. If you wish to hear more about any of these, then you're bleeding well. Do say so now. Then he also locks eyes with you. Amazing enough, he says you are entitled, he grimaces at the moment, to learn more about the magic of the guild. You may choose a bloody spell if you can force that pea-brain to make your decision. He's so mean. Let's see here. I guess clear vision. Throw. Telekinetic throw spell hurls a loose object from the ground at a target. The more mana you feed the spell, the more forceful the throw. If you have the Moon Blade spell, you can create small slivers, which will then be chosen by telekinetic throw rather than a random item on the ground. Sure. Oh my lord. Huh. Let's see. I don't know. Shadows. The shadow spell diverts light away from the target, enhancing one's ability to hide. Given the spell's origins, should be no surprise that members of the progeny tend to display a particular aptitude for this spell. Okay. Calm. Okay. Throw. Calm. Okay. The calm spell forces the victim to relax for a moment. While under the calm's effects, a creature will not be able to attack, and a good cast will make the creature susceptible to commands from the caster. Potent casts may even be able to give you. So, okay. I think I'm a little bit beat, actually. I do want to actually try combat on this game, but I do have to work early in the morning. I'm already kind of beat from today. So I think I'm going to have to wrap it up, unfortunately. But it's interesting. Definitely hasn't really changed much from what I remember. I'll keep my guy here. And I'm not sure if we're going to be returning to this game next week. We'll see. I don't know. If you guys that are watching this in the post-recording, if you do want me to continue checking out DragonRealms, let me know in the comments below, and I'll go ahead and return it to the game. But with that said, I'm gonna peace out, go ahead and rest because I'm a little bit sleepy. But guys, thank you very much for I'm a DragonRealms player. Would love to watch you again. Okay, cool. I am patterned. Yeah, I'm interested. I definitely am. We play a bunch of other oddball MMOs, right? So, like, we've devoted so much time to those, I don't see why we wouldn't return to this. But DragonRealms for the win. Yeah, good to meet you guys. But yeah, like I said, guys, if you haven't already, be sure to like and follow and subscribe on YouTube and Twitch. I'm not sure what's going to be going on tomorrow. Keep an eye on social media and keep an eye on the Discord. I'll keep you guys updated on what we're going to be doing tomorrow. I don't think I'll have enough time to stream early in the morning, but I might not be able to make it to the stream at 8:30 tomorrow night. So we'll figure something out. But yeah, like and follow and subscribe on YouTube and Twitch if you haven't already. Comment in the comments below in the video if you want me to continue the series. And yeah, help me get to 500 subs over on YouTube. Help me catch up. And that's all I can think of. I'm going to go hit the hay. We'll talk to you guys later. Nice meeting all of you guys. You guys are all amazing, beautiful people who deserve all the love in the world. Don't forget that, okay? Well, nice meeting you guys. I'll talk to you guys later. Be good to each other. Stay out of trouble, okay? Bye-bye.